Hello and welcome to my retail presentation. My name is Audrey Groves, and I had a lot of fun with this project and I'm so excited to share with you. So for my companies, I decided I wanted to focus on one success story and one failure, even though the companies are very similar. So I chose TJ Maxx and JcPennys. You can see why one is successful and one is a failure and why I categorized them as these. For TJ Maxx, I consider this a successful business. It had $52 billion in sales last year. It's a global company. It is located all throughout the United States as well as Europe, and it's a large company with stores such as TJ Maxx, TK Maxx, HomeSense, Home Goods, and Sierra, and Marshalls. So that's six different stores that they have, all under the TJ Maxx name. They also currently have a $125 stock price. For JCPenney's, I consider this store on the edge of failing. It is $500 million in debt, although they are slowly paying it off and used to be $1 billion in debts. They filed for bankruptcy in 2020. They have had many store closures, and they have an 18-cent stock price right now. So, what is the difference between TJ Maxx and JCPenney's? Let's get into that. So for TJ Maxx, let's look at the look of TJ Maxx. So TJ Maxx is often located in malls and standalone stores and strip malls. They have multiple stores that we have gone over, all of their store family. And in La Crosse in particular, we can see how they change store locations. And that might seem a little weird to some of us. Why did they move down the street? And I actually worked at TJ Maxx during this time, so I have a little bit of an insider perspective. So TJ Maxx used to be one big store, right? And they did a bunch of surveys, a bunch of testing that showed when your stores are separate, people will spend more money. Once their cart is full, they tend to think, I need to stop, right? But if you have three different stores, they will go into one store, spend their money, put their stuff in their car, then go in another store and spend their money there. And so they were seeing that people are spending three times as much money and using the store credit card three times as much with different stores. And we can see the difference between where the old Shopko closed, how dead that strip mall was when there weren't the stores and there was just Ulta. It was dead. No one ever parked in that parking lot. And TJ Maxx has brought that parking lot to life. It is now always busy. TJ Maxx is also known for their treasure hunt experience. It feels like you are hunting for the next best thing in TJ Maxx. Their items are never the same. They are changing week to week, depending on what inventory they get in. So if you see an item there one day, chances are in 3 days it's not going to be there anymore. And this brings customers back. As for the look of TJ Maxx, I mean, obviously in a mall they are open so that the product you kind of see brings you in. They have a lot of stuff and it's very close together. So again, you have to hunt, you have to look, you have to search to find the items. Now let's look at JCPenney's. JCPenney's is pretty much just in a mall. It's often the largest store in the mall. As you can see, they have a two-story JCPenney's there, which is not uncommon, and often these stores are ginormous. Um, as you can see, they have just as much stuff, if not more, than TJ Maxx. However, the stuff is not nearly as close together. It's all spread out, which you would think would give a nicer shopping experience, but it definitely does not have that same treasure hunt experience. A JCPenney's also like never moves location. It is going to be there. It's been there since the 60s. You can count on it, right? Now, what does TJ Maxx and JCPenney sell? TJ Maxx sells clothing, beauty, trinkets, and jewelry. If you look at their home goods stores, their Sierra stores, they will sell a larger variety of things, but just TJ Maxx sells mostly clothing, beauty, trinkets, and jewelry. They also have a low cost of goods. They are bought and sold at a discount. So TJ Maxx mostly buys items that are on sale from store closures, from overstock. They are getting their items in for cheap and selling them for cheap because of that. They also have a couple private label that will just make items for TJ Maxx. And one of the examples of this is Ray Dunn. Now, a couple years ago, Ray Dunn was insanely viral. There were videos online of people fighting over to get to Ray Dunn. They're like the glasses you have that just say like drink or eat, you know, in like a bubbly Ray Dunn font. And there's a couple other brands like that as well, but it's not a lot. And when it is just sold at TJ Maxx and you have to hunt for it. At JCPenney's, they sell pretty much anything you can imagine: clothing, jewelry, home goods, bedding, trinkets, beauty, electronics, kitchenware. They also have a salon to do your hair and a photography station, and you would think with such a large variety of things that they would bring in more people. However, they only sell private label goods sold at a markup. So things are being made for JcPenney's at the normal standard cost and then being sold at a markup. They also sell a couple things from name brands such as Nike, Adidas, Forever 21, stuff like that, and they just buy from the same distributors as those brands do. And then how about cost? What are these stores selling their items at? TJ Maxx items are sold at a 20 to 60% discount, and items are around $5 to $30, so pretty affordable. You can see these tickets here. They always say compare at. Now, this information is not always right, but it definitely makes buyers feel like they are getting a discount on everything they buy. So you can see compare at $28 and $19.99. And often these are a real discount. They might not be that big, but there is a discount there. And that when you pick up an item and you see like, oh, this is $28. If I wait to buy this, I'm gonna have to pay more money. And that makes buyers put it into their cart. Again, with that treasure hunt experience, they also offer products that are like really great and people really like. And if you can find them at TJ Maxx, you're getting them on a discount. And that goes for, there's all sorts of perfume brands and beauty brands that people are very excited when they find at a discount at TJ Maxx. For JCPenney's, it is full price items, and items range between $20 and $200. You can see here, as I was looking for tickets, one of the first things I found was someone being upset that it said $27 and they took the sticker off and it said 20. So they marked up the item even more than it was already marked up. Uh, and yes, so that is pricing. Now let's look at marketing and branding. So for TJ Maxx, they have sneakily and very slowly started modernizing their brand and rebranding. However, it is not a big thing. They do it slowly, they do it in the ads, they do it in the products. They also use the bright colors, the trendy looks that we know. They promote the store, not the products. They never say we have this ring, we have this jewelry, or we have this coat. It's always just like come to TJ Maxx, and they play off of the like Max word, which I think is pretty cool. And then also they have TikTok. Like TJ Maxx has had such a huge TikTok following. It seems like every single week there's a new viral product that TJ Maxx has that someone found on TikTok, and it sends people into TikTok, into TJ Maxx. They also have a store credit card that we can see over here. The credit card, it's your average store card. It has like a 29% in interest rate. When you use that card, you get 10% off when you sign up, and then you get $5 back for every $100 you spent, as well as free shipping online and access to exclusive events, which is like the store early opens early for card members, and you can be put in a giveaway. And JCPenney's has pretty similar branding-ish things. However, JCPenney's also has a store card. It's almost exactly the same as TJ Maxx. They have a 35% discount though when you sign up, and then the $5 off for every 100 you spend. So very similar cards. I don't think the cards are making or breaking the companies. However, in 2023, they spent $1 billion to rebrand their store, and they wanted to raise prices, get rid of coupons, and change the layout in the stores to be more focused on branding and have more like brand sections. However, this is considered a failure. They have not made their money back and they're still paying off from the rebrand. And this can be attributed to their failing in communication. They changed everything, did not communicate it well. They lost their, like, the people who were JCPenney advocates went there all the time because so much changed, and they did not get any new buyers because they did not push out their marketing and tell everybody that what's changing and why. And because of that, JCPenney's, we can see the repercussions there. We also have an ad here. I think it's a cute ad, a basic ad, nothing really that special. So, what are the differences between TJ Maxx and JCPenney's? We've kind of been looking over them. Why is one good and one successful and one failing? We can see the profit that TJ Maxx is making and the loss that JCPenney's is making. We can see the difference in the cost of their items, as well as one just being a normal department store, normal prices, and TJ Maxx playing on that. You are saving money by shopping here. We also see the difference in the branding. The big, huge rebrand with JcPenney's and the small little rebrand with TJ Maxx and the communication and how they push that. They also have a difference in adapting to changing trends. TJ Maxx is, you hear about it online, the kids are talking about it. It is fun, it is trendy, it is fresh. However, JcPenney's is seen as more of a old ladies store, which there's nothing wrong with that. Like everyone needs a store to shop at. However, the younger people are spending more money, so you want to be adapting to trends. And lastly, how is TJ Maxx fighting e-commerce? TJ Maxx and JCPenney's are honestly not fighting e-commerce. They have an online store. However, this is a very small percentage of their sales. TJ Maxx, less than 3% of sales are from online. TJ Maxx is focused on get people in the door so they can spend their money there. Their online store is more expensive. So if you find something at the TJ Maxx website and you go into store, you're going to find something similar for less money. So that pushes people into their store. You can shop online if you want, but you're not catching a deal. And then JCPenney's, less than 8% of sales are online. It also focuses on get people in the door, and they want to spend their money there. You shop, you look for more things when you're in store. Um, and they have a very similar pricing to their in stores, which I feel like is also a negative thing for JCPenney's because if you're in JCPenney's, you find a shirt you like, and you see that shirt's online, you're gonna be like, I'll just buy it when I get home. It's the same amount, right? But then you go home and you never buy it. And however, JCPenney's does have in store, you can ship your items to the store and pick them up inside. You can do curbside, you can DoorDash your items, or you can ship to your home, versus TJ Maxx is just shipped to your home. So that is very interesting. Those are the differences between TJ Maxx and JCPenney's. There's a lot of them, and why TJ Maxx is successful and JCPenney's is not. And I would love to hear if you have any more feedback on why you think these two stores that are surface level very similar but have very different outcomes. And yeah, thanks so much. I had a lot of fun with this.